Regardless, I sold love, but somehow all this pain is what I harness. I gave my all and got nothing back, don't ask me why I'm heartless. Life is a movie and just playing a part, but the part is less important than the mission, and you can't even hit your targets. That's why cold killers on the scene turn your body to a carcass. Surprise, surprise, I turned out to be more than what would meet the eye. Even I couldn't see the painful blessings in the skies. All they hate and doubt to bring me down just to my own demise. Talking down to me as soon as they see that I'm on the rise. Said I wouldn't make it, I would fail, but oh surprise, surprise. Said they loved me and would be here still, but oh surprise, surprise. Pain is killing me.
Well, thank you guys for joining me on another episode of the Not Your Average Success Story movement. I am here with another amazing guest, might I say, current president of the Black Student Union of Midland University, Miss Serenity. Thank you for coming and sacrificing a little bit of your time to come chop it up with us. If you don't mind, can you introduce yourself, let us know where you're from, and give an interesting fact?
Okay. So my name is Serenity Durham-Gorey. I was born and raised in the Bay Area of California, and then I moved to Vegas, which is where I say I'm from. Interesting fact is I'm president of the Black Student Union.
Okay. So you moved, you were born in Cali, moved to Vegas.
Yeah.
What type of life, like what does that look like?
Honestly, I like Vegas a lot more, but I think a lot of people move from Cali to Vegas, like price-wise, because you see a lot of better prices. It's pretty cool. Like Vegas, like everything is just driving distance rather than where I lived. I could walk like anywhere in California. But yeah, that's pretty much.
So if I randomly go to Vegas, what's one thing you would suggest? Hey, you got to do it.
Coming to my job and riding the zip line.
Where did you work?
The Rio zip line.
The Rio zip line. Is that on Fremont Street or?
No, it's on the Strip.
It's on the Strip, and it's called what again?
The Rio zip line.
You guys heard it here, the Rio zip line. If you go to Vegas, you gotta check it out. So, president of the Black Student Union, are you involved in any other areas on campus?
I was involved in the women's wrestling team.
How was that?
It was really good. The only reason why I'm not involved in it right now is because there was like a lot of like coaching changes.
Gotcha.
And I really got to bond with the coach that we had last year, but then they removed him from us.
Okay.
So that kind of just took away the bond, and my wrestling hasn't been the same.
Understandable.
Yeah.
What are you studying?
Nursing.
Studying nursing. So 5 years down the road, what does your life look like?
5 years from now, I want to like just start off my traveling career. Yeah. Because as a nurse, like once you first graduate, you have to do at least 2 years of a specific type of nursing before you can start traveling.
Okay. Well, congratulations, and I look forward to hearing about those milestones that you will achieve. So, well, if there is it, we're just gonna jump right into it. Okay. Is there something specific that you had to overcome at some point that you don't mind discussing with us today?
I think I pretty much want to talk about just overcoming growing as an adolescent and as an individual in general. Okay. Because that takes like a lot of adversity and animosity. Just basically, since I was little, I've always felt like I had to fit in. Like I would never be in a solid friend group. I'd always be jumping around between friend groups trying to see where I fit in the best, but still being myself. I wouldn't really change anything, but I would just kind of like self-reflect and be like, why am I not like these people? Or like, why am I not fitting in with this type of group? And so that has definitely been like a lot of like identity, like role confusion type of thing with me. And that's been going on from elementary till now, honestly. Getting through a lot, but also trying to like learn how to focus on myself and put myself first instead of other people, because like trying to fit in, I would always put other people's like problems in front of mine instead of focusing on mine. So getting through that a lot, and then like college in general, it's rough for everyone. College can be rough. Yeah. So like getting through that, the whole freshman year, fitting in, seeing where I fit in, what groups I belong to, that was a lot to overcome, like grounding myself, being so far from home, like different climate. But it's been great. Like I've been able to find my passion in nursing and just the love that I have for helping people. I love helping people and just making people happy and like making their day. And then wrestling has taught me a lot about self-development and self-growth, like a lot of determination, motivation, and being very like disciplined. That's helped. And just a lot of people that I grew up around, or that I have around me today. Like even if I just had like a 2-second conversation with you, like I feel like every person that I've bumped into is a vital aspect of like who I am.
Yeah. Okay, well, what does a person in that situation, like you said, is so much, especially in that time frame, you know, college is a lot going on. Like you said, you're grounding yourself, you're trying to find yourself, you're trying to figure things out, trying to figure out why you even here, you know what I'm saying? Because it's 4 years to not necessarily to figure out. Honestly, it's kind of pressure because you need to figure it out like as soon as possible, unless you just got the bread like that. But what pushed you, what motivated you to just keep going and continuing to search in that process of all of this going on?
Honestly, that kind of hit me deep. So I'm kind of like, so I have 5 other siblings, and I'm kind of like the angel kid, I guess, besides my attitude, for my mom's words. So I've always like, you know, I felt like not necessarily the older sibling, but like I felt like a lot of weight has been and will always be on my shoulders to succeed, because, you know, like, and I was like the one that made it to college through athletics. I was the athlete in my siblings, and you know, like I have a really broken household, so just like thinking of that and how I want to fix my own household, and you know, like kind of build the pieces back together of my life, starting with my family, pushes me every day. Like my biggest goal, is to be like successful enough to like take care of my family like all on my own. And yeah, just waking up every day, seeing my little sister and like the potential that she has to like be like her older sister, seeing like the expression on my mom's face when I tell her I passed an exam and stuff, it just like, it makes me excited to wake up every day and keep doing this.
That's crazy. That's I mean, that's super dope, and that's real, and that's genuine. Was it always nursing, or did you?
I've always wanted to be in the healthcare profession.
So you can deal with the blood and all of the bones.
Yeah.
It don't affect you?
No, honestly, like what we've been doing so far in clinicals is like wiping old people's butts.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
and like it's not even like the gross stuff that, you know, intrigues me. It's just like, if I'm not here to take care of these people, like who else is gonna do it? You know, like not all nurses out there are good. You know, like I want to be one of those good nurses that like help as much as I can. Yeah.
Okay. Well, y'all see we getting deep in here.
I'm an emotional person.
Yeah, hey, and that's perfectly fine, and that's okay. Like a lot of people, honestly, you know, they aren't able to tap into their emotions, and I'll be one to kind of, you know, throw myself out there. I know how to, but I know how to. I hadn't figured out in a healthy way how to do it for me, because I know I've suppressed so much that when I do tap into it, I'm probably gonna shut down.
Yeah.
And so if I shut down, then a lot of stuff just doesn't. Things don't move. Things just stop. And sometimes that is okay, but I just have to figure out a healthy way for me. And I think it's amazing that you're able to access that, because like I said, like that's healthy as well, accessing it. So is there any advice that you can give any young lady, any young man, any young individual out there that is kind of going, so were you in the middle of your siblings, or were you
I was the baby until 14 years later, like my
Okay, so man, so I would say middle.
Yeah.
So again, that advice that you can get a young man, young lady, young individual out there that's in that middle cusp of figuring things out, going off to college, like bombarded with life and everything that life brings when you make that decision to step out. Is there any advice that you can give to someone out there trying to figure that out?
I would honestly tell everyone out there, no matter what your age is to always stay true to yourself. Stay true to what you feel is right. You know, like it could feel like worlds are clashing around you, but you have to stay focused on what the goal is. Yeah. Like I had a really rough week the last week, and what really kept me pushing is keeping myself busy, working, getting money, staying with nursing. Like even though I have like a bad day externally, it doesn't like internally, like, I have to let that affect everything else, you know?
That's deep.
Yeah, so just, you know, taking things one step at a time, not letting one little bad thing affect everything around you, because, like, the domino effect is just so negative. If you keep pushing yourself to go lower and lower, you're going to keep going lower. But if you keep looking at the bright side of things, things will get better.
Well, awesome. Well, guys, y'all done heard it here first, man. Your future nurse, hopefully she is putting a Band-Aid on you and not wiping your booty, but it's okay. You know, I got one more question. You guys see we're sitting here in front of the thin man. As a nurse, do you have, because y'all got to study this, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite part to study?
My favorite system is the skeletal system. I think it's like back here.
Okay.
You can see like some of the skeletal system, I guess, in the back of this. But I like the skeletal system because, like, when you look at it, you think it's just all the bones. But in anatomy, we have to learn all of the dips, all of the crevices.
Is this like, am I tripping?
Yeah. You can
Okay, I thought I was tripping on.
But like in the skeletal system, like it's like so. It kind of like reminds me that like every little detail is important because every groove, every line, every dip in a bone has a name to it, like a very specific name.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really
I ain't gonna lie to you. You said skeletal, and I'm looking up here. So that's not the skeletal system. Is everything?
Yeah, it's all the bones in your body.
Oh.
All the bones and cartilage.
Okay. Have you ever broken a bone?
No, I have not.
Have you ever like I ain't mad at you at all. Have you ever like seen anything like that just blew? What's the most thing? What's has blown your mind since experiencing all of this? Like as far as new information, anything? Has anything just whoa? What?
Okay, like injury wise, or like
Just about learning about any of this. Has anything blown your mind?
I don't know. I've learned. Okay, one thing that I really took with nursing that I just love is that when I was younger, I used to always think that doctors were so much higher than nurses. Like they had so much more power than nurses. But then when you really get into nursing, like you learn that like every person in the medical field, whether they're just a CNA, a nursing assistant, a nurse, or a doctor, they all like work together. Like a doctor is nothing without a nurse is nothing without a CNA, like stuff like that. And it's really cool to like think like. Just because I have like not as much education as a doctor and stuff like that, I'm still just as important.
Man, still holds value. Wow. And I think I've been saying it all day. That's a mic drop moment right there. That's real. So is there anything else that you wanted to drop on us today while we have you?
Come to our BSU meetings.
Come to their BSU meetings. Again, we are at Midland University in Fremont, Nebraska. And like I said, this is the amazing president here of the current Black Student Union. But again, if there is nothing else, thank you for giving me a little bit of your time and again, dropping that wisdom. I know that this story will definitely reach and touch many people. First, me, because I'm an editor and I'm probably get emotional. Second, your little sister. Like I can't wait to hear what you tell me that she thinks like hearing this. So again, thank you. And if there's nothing else, this is another episode of the Not Your Average Success Story Movement, Season 8. That's it. All right.
Can I see some of it?
Yeah, of course. Alrighty, Miss Serenity, Black Student Union President. I have a question. So what advice could you give to organizations or individuals who are wanting to establish a presence wherever they are?
Like to be known?
To just be represented, to just be, like I said, just I wouldn't necessarily say known, just to be represented, just again, wherever they acknowledged, wherever they are.
That's honestly a tough question because with Black Student Union, we're still pretty much working on being acknowledged. But what I would say is just no matter how low your numbers or how high your numbers are, is just to like stick to the same regimen, stick to the things that you're best at doing every day, stick to what your group is there for, whether if it's promoting Black Lives Matter or LGBTQ, whatever your organization is for, make sure you're sticking to promoting it and just calling out your friends, really advertising what it's about, and just maybe different people are going to be interested in calling their friends and stuff like that.
Okay. So could you elaborate on the different pros and cons of establishing a organization?
Pros and cons, well, for me personally, pros is that Black Student Union is like my happy place. It's my home away from home. Um, I put a lot of like time and hard work and tears into this organization, so just seeing it prosper really makes me happy. There's a lot of pros to seeing growth in your organization and seeing like the expression on people's face when they get to know what it's truly about, and getting to, you know, establish a family at school. Like I always tell everyone who joins our organization that like we're part of their family, we are their family, and they have a safe place to come to. And I really enjoy like making that difference in people's lives. Cons though, I would say, is that it could be a little overwhelming, you know, not getting the specific outcomes that you want, not seeing that many people show up to your organization. It's a little heartbreaking, but I just keep thinking like I'm not necessarily doing this for, you know, like people who aren't interested. The people that show up are obviously the ones that want to make the difference, that, you know, care. And so it kind of just, you know, separates the people from who actually wants to make a difference and who doesn't.
Okay. So last question. Why should I join the Black Student Union?
I think it's in the matter of where your heart is, honestly. Just being a young black man or a young black woman and just being in America, you should want to join Black Student Union to learn more. It's not always about police brutality and what's going wrong with black lives. It's about who we are, where we came from, the things that we can do to help each other, what hair products we use. It's fun. It's not supposed to be all tension, and, you know, like we try to have fun but also bring light to what is going on. So I think Black Student Union is like, there's all purposes for it. You could come and learn about yourself. You can learn about other people, whether you don't even have to be black. You could learn about different cultures. We talk about a lot of, like, you know, minorities, not just black people. We talk about other people that are in the minority group. We talk about politics and stuff like that. So just to better educate yourself and to, you know, just say that you're a part of something is really amazing to be a part of Black Student Union.
All right. So, Miss Serenity, again, Black Student Union President, your legacy, what would you want to be remembered for when it's all said and done?
That's a really good question, because my whole thing, every school I go to, I just love leaving my mark. Like, I love being remembered. But for Midland, I want to leave behind, again, Black Student Union being a safe place. Like, I want our numbers to grow even when I'm not here anymore. Not only just for Black Student Union, but for like academics. I want more black teachers on campus. I want more black staff, you know, like just slowly growing into a more diverse and inclusive school.
Cool. Well, thank you, ma'am.
Black Student Union President Serenity Durham-Gorey promises to keep moving that needle by amplifying and welcoming all voices.
This is a predominantly white campus, so a lot of people of color, of other ethnicities come here and they're kind of scared because they don't see people that look like them. So when we thought of Black Student Union, and pretty much the fingerprint I want to leave behind is to let them know that they're not alone.